The creation of organic molecules by forces other than living organism is called abiogenesis. The process of transferring substances into, out of, in between cells using energy is called active transport. The main energy currency of the cell is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. The process by which organisms use oxygen to turn fuel, such as fats and sugars, into chemical energy is called aerobic respiration. Specific variation of a gene is called allele. The building block of polypeptides and proteins are called amino acids. A molecule that has both polar and non-polar parts is called an amphipathic molecule. The chemical reactions that pulled a larger molecule out of smaller molecules or atoms called anabolism. The type of respiration through which cells can break down sugar to generate energy in the absence of oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. The science of obtaining systematic measurements of the human body is called anthropometry. A specialized defense protein synthesized by the vertebrate immune system is called antibody. The molecules that prevent the oxidation of other molecules are called antioxidants. The growth region in plants found within the root tips and the tips of the new shoots and leaves is called apical meristem. A process that occurs in multicellular when a cell intentionally decides to die is called apoptosis. The phenomenon in which a phenotypic trait reappears in an organism after a period of absence is called atavism. The digesting of damaged cell organelles and diseased tissue is called autophagy. A plant hormone derived from the amino acid tryptophan is called an auxin. A molecule formed from the breakdown of red blood cells is called bilirubin. The cycle of chemical reactions performed by plants to fix carbon from carbon dioxide into 3 carbon sugars is called Calvin cycle. A term used to describe cancer derived from epithelial cells is called carcinoma. A type of accessory pigment created by plants to help them absorb light energy and convert it to chemical energy are called carotenoids. The proteins that carry substances from one side of a biological membrane to the other are called carrier proteins. The part of the metabolism responsible for breaking complex molecules down into smaller molecules is called catabolism. A method used to cultivate, propagate, and grow a large amount of cells in a dish is called cell culture. An enzyme produced in the liver that transports more than 95% of the copper in blood plasma is called ceruloplasmin. The term for an organism which derives its energy from chemicals and needs to consume other organisms in order to live is called chemoheterotroph. The signaling proteins secreted by cells of the immune system that stimulate the movement of other cells is called chemokines. A relationship between two organisms in which one organism benefits and one is unaffected, called commensalism. The group of organisms that live together and interact with each other within an environment or habitat is called biotic community. Trees lose their leaves at the end of their growing season are called deciduous trees. A mistake in the DNA replication process which removes nucleotides from the genome is called deletion mutation. A heterotrophic organism which obtains its nutrition by feeding on detritus is called a detritivore.